Hello everyone, I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. It's Sunday, April 11, 2021. Let's begin this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King right now, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all enjoy this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. Let's get started. First up, after applicant remand, U.S. District Court scheduled conference on House remote access dispute. Take a look at this article. And if you want to read this article, you can find it on the Riley King Network Facebook page right after the broadcast. New Hampshire House Speaker apologizes for using a bad word to describe a female lawmaker. Side comments made shortly before Friday's session began was seen and heard on House live stream. He apologized after the event. New Hampshire House kills bill to end qualified immunity for public officials, including police officers. Take a look at this article. And if you want to read this article, you can see it on the Riley King Network Facebook page after this broadcast. House passes bill to exempt houses of worship from public health orders. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
When it's time to invest in a new roof, be smart and look at more factors than just the final price. Not all roofs are the same.
For the faithful, one of the most difficult aspects of the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic was the closure of houses of worship. But now the New Hampshire House is taking action to prevent the state from shuttering churches, mosques, synagogues, or other holy gathering spaces in future emergencies.
The state won't be able to just outright close churches when other services, such as liquor stores, hardware stores, Target, Walmart, etc., are open and declared essential.
House Bill 542 passed with Republican support Friday. Its sponsors say the government trampled on the free exercise of religion last year, and their legislation would prevent the state from enforcing any health, safety, or occupancy requirements that impose a, quote, substantial burden on religious services. Democrats opposed the bill.
I don't believe we need a new law that prioritizes religious freedoms over public health and safety in a crisis.
Opponents point out many houses of worship adapted during the pandemic and were still able to find ways to connect.
Many congregations have used creative solutions to worship within the bounds of public health protocols.
Supporters of this bill say if it becomes law, the government could still issue pandemic guidance, but they believe religious liberty is such a fundamental right that no one should have to submit to the state in some way or get creative in order to worship.
HB 542 reinforces that right by guaranteeing the free exercise of religion in a state of emergency while preserving the right of the government to require religious organizations to comply with neutral health and safety regulations.
Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire House passes bill requiring civil tests for college students. The bill would require students to take naturalization tests administered to immigrants. New Hampshire House votes to move state primary election from September to late June. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Their reviews? Our reviews.
I'm so happy.
Find out what we're all about at adamvroofing.com.
Well, big changes could be coming to New Hampshire's statewide electoral process. The House has voted in favor of legislation to reorder the state primary calendar, moving the primary date from the second Tuesday in September to the fourth Tuesday in June. Opponents of the idea believe that it will create a permanent campaign for offices that get elected every 2 years. But representatives backing the concept say that the current system, with its very short general election, favors incumbent politicians.
The current 7 to 8 weeks that we have between the general primary and the general election is inadequate.
The fate of this bill in the state Senate remains to be seen. Secretary of State Bill Gardner has come out in strong opposition to changing the state's electoral calendar.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching this Sunday edition of Politics with Riley King. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you back here next Sunday for another edition of Politics with Riley King. And have a great week ahead of you. Goodbye, everyone.